Crash and burn.
Hey everybody. So this is just essentially a continuation of my which was the better TSOL video, which was it the punk TSOL or was it the more rock infused TSOL? Now I'm simply asking, what was TSOL's best record? I've done this with a few bands. I know I've done it for Danzig. I don't know if it's up yet. I've done it for Black Flag. I've done it for Rancid. And I've had TSOL 16 stuck in my head all day. So I felt compelled to make a couple videos asking these questions about TSOL. So I mean, I imagine most people, if I had to guess, the majority of the people watching this are probably going to say Dance With Me, Weathered Statues, or Divided We Stand, which are three really killer choices. Me personally, the first record of TSOL's that I fell in love with was the Epitaph reissue that I picked up back in high school, back in the late 90s. Dance With Me. And that record has 80 Times on it. That record has Die For Me on there. You got Sounds of Laughter's on there. Code Blue's on there. Tired of Living is on there. There's not a bad song on that record. And then with that sort of goth-ish infusion that record has going for it, it's like so multi-layered and there's so much going on Dance With Me that it's a perfect choice for what could be their best record. But for me personally, I'm gonna say Divided We Stand because that is the best 1980s sounding punk rock record that was ever released in the early 2000s. I think it was released in either 2002 or 2003. That record is absolutely amazing. American's on there, Sedatives is on there, Smile's on there, Electric's on there, Shine's on there, Fuck You Tough Guy's on there. And it sounds like total classic TSOL from the 80s, but it's not. This is a little while after Jack got the rights back. Jack and Ron got the rights back from Wood. And they played their first show after beating Wood in court for the rights to the name, True Sounds of Liberty. They played their first show in '99 at the Warped Tour as the newly reformed punk rock TSOL. And this, I believe, was this the first record they released after reforming, or was that Disappear? Because Disappear kicked ass too. Anti-Cop was on there, Automatic was on there, Paranoid was on there, In My Head was on there. Yeah. And so Disappear was amazing too. But for me personally, I'm gonna say my absolute favorite record from TSOL is Divided We Stand. But then the rock years too, with Revenge, Hit and Run, and Strange Love. They're three really solid records. Change Today is amazing too. I mean, Flowers by the Door and American Zone are on there. At first glance, when I first discovered TSOL a million years ago, I couldn't really tell the difference, because I loved Flowers by the Door, and I knew something was up with Jack's vocals, and I would find out a little while after that of course, Jack had exited the band by that point, and that was Wood on vocals, but they're still sort of reminiscent of each other. Change Today comes right on the cusp of the Jack and Ron losing the rights to the band and Wood taking over. So Change Today and everything done prior does sort of share some similarities. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to go with Divided We Stand. What's your guys' favorite record from TSOL? This is one of those more important punk rock questions that I've had on my mind for a while, especially All Day Today because I have the chorus from 16 stuck in my head. But yeah, that's it. I'm getting out of here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for just about 4 minutes while I discussed what is TSOL's best record. And that's from both eras of TSOL. Well, technically, I guess you could argue there's three eras. There's the original lineup, and then the rock years, and then the reformed lineup once they won the rights to use TSOL in court again. So I guess in a sense you could argue there's a few eras of this band. Whatever. I'm getting out of here. You guys are amazing. Have a good night.